Let's start with a basic beat. Kick, clap, and open hat. For this style of house, you want to kick with relatively more punch than sub. Next, grab a clap that's dark and vibey. We also want a 909 hat that's tight and punchy. We want a tight hat because this track has a huge vocal and a massive bass, so we need as much room as possible. Finally, add some hat and clap layers for more depth and texture. Ready for the bass? Almost. We need something to jam with. Let's sample this hip-hop beat for some old school groove and flavor. Also, we need a super catchy and energetic vocal, something that'll make the DJ look good. Now it's time for the bass. Simply a saw wave running through a low-pass filter. Some distortion to make us feel like we have a clue. But the key is a steep filter in the chain. The filter separates the bass and vocal in the frequency spectrum. The filter makes the bass sound deeper and more powerful. The filter also opens up the mix so we can get the vocal as present as possible. When it comes to writing the bass line, we need the bass to interact with the vocal in a complementary way. When the vocal is busy, the bass is simple. When the vocal peaks in energy, the bass also peaks in energy. Ready for the arrangement? Almost. We need a few more hooks. The bass hook, the build vocal, and finally, the payoff line.
Just like Jello.
Now it's time for the arrangement. The intro, introducing the beat. The bass drop, introducing the full groove. The first break. Here we strip down to the build vocal before exploding into the main vocal in the first drop. Halfway through this first drop, we switch hooks from the main vocal to the bass hook to keep things fresh. Then the main break. Here we strip it way back, then build it way up into an overly dramatic wall of sound. This is strategic. When all that tension finally gets released in the next drop, we're able to keep things minimal and effective before exploding right back into the full force of the main vocal. And then the outro. Enough said there though, right? Now here's the playback.